for the library. Hey, Mum is in the library. All right, so I want everyone sitting nice and comfy to get started, please. I'm loving how Kelsey's seated in a nice straddle. That feels good. That feels like pelvic floor work might be in our near future. So if you do have a cushion or something you can get between your legs, do you have something handy, Anastasia, that you would be comfortable to sit on? Like a couch cushion or something you can roll up between your legs. Perfecto. Get it nice and like thick and rolled up so you can really feel it. All good, Shay? Got it? All right. So let's just kind of check in with where your sits bones are, and can you kind of lift your sits bones slightly and feel them spread, dropping your pubic bone down, kind of rolling the pelvis forward slightly. And then check in with your ribs, and can you draw the ribs kind of in and down towards the front of the ribs, in and down towards your hips, and that's probably going to slump your shoulders a little bit, and that's okay. And then keeping that connection, can you lift from your sternum up? Let your shoulders relax down. Find a space on the floor out in front of you to focus your gaze on. And begin to lengthen the inhale and exhale through your nose. Can you send your gaze internally and just feeling for how your anatomy moves with your breath? Not trying to do anything fancy, but noticing how when you breathe out and your diaphragm and lungs contract and lift up, how does your pelvic floor respond to that? As you breathe in, can you feel for your belly all the way down to your pelvic floor expanding slightly and kind of softening, opening? Feel your belly kind of dropping down. Let it go. We just suck it in too much. We contract it chronically, and that's how it gets weak. We need to let it go. And then as we exhale, drawing it in and up. Inhaling to release, filling the balloon of your belly. And exhale, contract and lifting, maybe even contracting your pelvic floor. Feeling for that, can I stop myself from peeing kind of sensation. Lift your hands out in front of you, zombie style, and then palms face each other. And then as we inhale, expanding the belly, palms open to the sides in line with your shoulders without letting your ribs jut forward. And then exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, contracting the belly, hands back together. Inhale, open, release the belly, relax without letting the ribs jut out. And exhale back together. One more time, open to breathe in. Release the pelvic floor before you exhale and contract. Palms come together in front of you, clasp the fingers, take your palms up above your head. Feel length through the arms, through your spine, chin is dropped down. Lift the left wrist up towards the ceiling and drop both of your sits bones down, spreading the sits bones. Breathe. And then right wrist. Reach the right wrist up, stretching through that right side body. Keep breathing here. Both wrists reach up. And float your hands back down to your sides. Shoulders come up to your ears. Inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze shoulders behind you. Exhale, shoulders down and back to neutral. Shoulders up to your ears. Inhale. Squeeze behind you, retain the breath, and then down the spine. So one more time, shoulders up, breathe in, retain the breath, squeeze behind, and then down the spine, breathe out. Nice one. Let's get rid of that bolster. Come to hands and knees, please, and we'll wheel our way into a warm spine. So wheel is dropping the tailbone as we send the hips back towards the heels and allowing your arms and the top half of your body to be kind of ragdoll and heavy. So dropping the hips towards the heels as you sink back. Let the arms drag in front of you and then come up with your tailbone lifted into tabletop. Dropping the spine back towards your heels. Let your head hang heavy, arms drag along the ground. Lifting the tailbone forward into tabletop. Without that big arch, we want to keep the ribs tucked in rather than allowing for that kind of like arch in the belly. Exhale back. Exaggerate the low back kind of bend. So the whole pelvis lifts and then drops and rolls under. So you emphasize what's going on in the pelvis and let everything above the bra strap be completely passive. And once you get to your hands and knees, we're going to make our way up to our feet so that I can get Shay's piriformis muscle to release. So let's come up to hands and knees and either using a wall or I'm just going to grab a chair. We're going to either face the wall. So if you're coming up against a wall, we're going to just kind of face it one arm length out from the wall. Or if you've got a chair handy, that will be even possibly better. We're going to set up for pyramid pose because this is my piriformis release pose. Your fireplace will do just fine right there, Anastasia. Nice chair, Shay. So let's start with the right foot directly out from the wall of the chair and heel toe the left foot about 2 feet behind you, making sure your legs are both hip width distance. So you may need to heel toe the right foot out to the right slightly, and then your hips are both square to the chair or the wall in front of you. And I want you to take your time coming into the pose. I know you're going to like, I know that Kelsey's like all the way in. She's like, oh, I love this. This is great. You can go all the way to the floor if you want. But what I want you to really focus on is to kind of put some weight into the chair and send the right hip back slightly. So you want the left hip dropping forward, right hip dropping back. And then I want you to come a little bit further down towards the chair and engage your glutes. So as if you're kind of squeezing your legs together. It's like a lift through your feet. You could lift your toes, press the ball of your right foot into the ground, and then come down a little bit further, sending hips back. Keep sending that right hip back, left hip forward. And then you can rest and relax on the chair. But keep the weight back in your hips, in your butt. You might feel the stretch in your right hamstring, Shay. Is that, you've got that? Not too much though. Good. Good stretch. Keep thinking about where your hips are and toggling that right hip kind of up and back and left hip down and forward. And breathe. And Kelsey, if you want to drop your head and go all the way into that, you're very welcome to. Just keep those legs working, like you're scissoring them together. You can bend the right knee slightly and press into your feet, really press into your, like engaging those glutes to press yourself all the way back up to standing. Use the wall, Anastasia, to help you up. Yeah. And once you're up, feet parallel, heel toe them together. Have a little mini celebration in your hips. Or a big celebration. Thank you, Kelsey. And then we'll put the left foot up against the chair. Feet hip width distance. Right foot is out at 45 degrees. And I can face forward a little bit more so you can see. And once you're there, that's when you kind of can use the chair as some, or the wall as feedback for toggling that right hip down and forward, and the left hip pulls back. So you're using your feet, putting weight, different pressure points into your feet, getting the right ball of the foot pressing into the ground, the left ball of the foot pressing into the ground. And then you can slowly make your way towards the chair. Engage those glutes by pressing both feet into the floor evenly. And then come down to the chair. Breathe into your legs, grounding through your feet, spreading your feet. Keep dropping that right hip without losing the connection to your glute. Couple more breaths here. And then press yourself up, maybe bending that left leg to do so. Feet parallel, and then heel toe them together. Have a little mini celebration. And we've got the ability here to use that chair, maybe turn that chair around, Shay. And you guys can still use the wall. You can use the bed for this or use your blocks, Kelsey. And you've got, I think, you've got a table there, Anastasia, that might be helpful for this. Yeah, block's going to be good. We're going to do a half fold and come to the chair. And then we're going to do a warrior 3. Yes, we are. And it's going to be awesome. You might not even need your blocks, mama. So for forward folds, come back up again. Let's take our time coming into the forward fold, grounding through your hip width distance feet. Check in with your ribs, pull them back. Can you lean forward slightly into your heels? So we've all got a tendency of leaning forward like this, right? So can you put a little bit more weight back in your heels? And can you draw those ribs down towards your hips? Can you feel for your tailbone kind of lifting up? So we're engaging your multifidi. Exhale, contract the belly, hug your belly in towards spine. And then inhale, lengthen the spine and come halfway or maybe a third of the way. Stop there, straight long spine, send your hips back, maybe lean back slightly. And then we'll come down a little further, finding the chair or the blocks out in front of you. I like to straddle the chair. Let's bend the knees gently, like just a little bit. Weight into the left foot, come up onto the ball of the right foot. And let's lift that right foot off the ground. Can you draw the right foot in towards your belly first? So right foot in towards the belly so that we feel the spine and the belly really switching on. And then can you start to slowly send that right foot back? And Shay, you're only 8 weeks postpartum, honey. So if you want to bring that foot to the ground behind you and just have a nice stretch, then that's all yours. Kelsey's like 100 months postpartum now, so feels like that. 5 months, 5 whole months. So if you're in the warrior 3, then you can send the ball of your foot back. Drop the right hip down. If your foot's on the ground, you might want to experiment with just lifting the foot a little off the ground and then dropping it down. Lifting from the low back. Drop your right hip. Press into the left leg. Yeah. Breathe, smile. You feeling strong, Kelsey? And slowly bend the left leg. Bring that right foot down to the ground. Bending the right knee. Place it, the right foot by the left foot. Hands back to your thighs, straight spine, and press yourself up to standing. Reach hands out and up. Palms down to your heart. Let's do it again. Out and up. Palms down to your heart. Let's do the other side. So I see you just like get straight into it, don't you? So we need to like pace ourselves so that we can really switch on all of these muscles that we forget to switch on. We need to train ourselves to do it. So leaning back slightly, weight into your heels, draw those ribs down towards your hips, front of the ribs down. Lifting up from the tailbone, engaging multifidi. Exhaling to hug in the belly. And then as you inhale, lengthen the spine. Then spread your collarbones as you lean forward from the hips. Exhale again, engage the belly. And then a little bit further. Long, strong spine. Bending the knees slightly, gently, and drawing the left knee up towards the belly. And you can feel for a slight rounding in the spine, which is probably not quite a rounding. It's really just your belly lifting towards your spine. And slowly taking that left foot either back to the floor, ball of the foot on the floor, or into warrior three. Drop that left hip down. Length through the right leg. And try and drop the left hip down a little more, Kelsey. See if you can, you're kind of holding it up. So can you, yeah. Now these power poses feel really awesome, right? And the thing that I would have done like 20 of these in a class after my first baby, just to like, because it just felt so good. But the reality is our energy levels don't want us expending energy in those areas right now. It will require a very long nap if you were to do 20 more of these in class. Or a very, very big bolognese. You need to have a lot of meat. And if your foot is on the floor, maybe lifting that foot off the floor a couple of inches and then dropping it back down. Bending the right knee, bending the left knee and bringing that left foot next to the right. Hands onto your thighs and slowly press yourself up to standing. Reach out and up. Palms to your heart. Out and up. Palms to your heart. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider, probably like one leg length. Hands to your hips. And Shay, you might want to do this facing the chair so that you don't have to do a full fold. But otherwise, we're going to straighten that spine, tuck in the ribs, come halfway. Weight there, halfway, sending hips back slightly, spreading sits bones, lifting toes so they're not gripping the floor. And then allowing the upper half of your spine to soften towards the floor, letting your head hang heavy. If you can reach the floor, that's great. If you'd rather reach for a block, just remembering you have relaxin in your body. Just for one more month, Kelsey, we have to worry about the relaxin. And then it's for every single ovulation after that. And let your head hang heavy. See if you can think of the sits bones kind of spreading and lifting. See if you can relax your kneecaps. Which is kind of like a massive mind game, really. Pressing into the floor or the chair to come halfway up again. Straight spine, hands to your waist, and press into your feet, drawing your legs together as you come up to stand. Heel toe your feet in under your hips. Tadasana, feel. Notice the rushing of energy up and down your legs. Notice the stabilizing muscles in and around your hips and your glutes. Is your piriformis still talking to us, Shay? It is? It's still there? Or it's feeling a bit better? Little, okay. More pyramid pose. More of that. Lifting the leg up would have possibly like switched it back on again. That was me kind of being a bit cheeky, like trying to balance the Shay and Kelsey dynamic here. Let's put weight into the left foot and draw the right knee up towards the waist, flex the foot. And if that's really sending your piriformis crazy, Shay, no? Okay, good. Then you can hold that here. And what I want you to practice doing here, friends, is a hip list. So a hip list is where we use the hips to just lift one half of it. So we're going to press into the left leg in order. So we're dropping that left hip in order for the right leg to lift up slightly. And believe it or not, this is a really important part of walking that we underestimate. That as we walk, we'll just do it a couple more times, we need to be actively kind of pressing down through one of the hips in order to lift the other hip. Let's put the right foot back down and just take a moment to feel. And then balance into the right foot, lifting the left knee up in line with your hip. And dropping that right hip down. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm pulling. Right hip down to lift the left hip. You're not actively lifting that left hip. It's not your side body doing the work. It's your right hip, your right glute, your right leg. Is that kind of making sense, Anastasia? Kind of feeling that? Yeah, cool. And let's take the left foot back down to the ground. Take a moment to feel. Finding a block to put between your legs, please. And if you don't have a block, Miss Shay, then a cushion or a tissue box or something will do just fine. Perfect. What is that? A chicken? It's a llama. It's a llama between your legs. Yes. That's awesome. All right, so squeezing that block gently, lifting and spreading your toes, sending your weight back slightly, ribs tucking into those, to the pockets of your pants, and then bending the knees and sending the bum back. Bring your hands out in front of you, and I want you to experiment here with how far you lift those arms before you feel the ribs wanting to lift up with the arms. So we're just going to do some work with the arms, lifting them up to that spot where you start to feel the ribs pulling, and then don't go any further than that. Just take the arms down. Use your exhalation to lift the arms, which will help you to draw the ribs back down. If you want to take this up a notch as the arms come up, coming up onto the balls of your feet, and then ball heels down, arms back. One more, and if you're up on the balls of your feet, let's hold it for a couple of breaths. Maybe 5 breaths. And then heels back down to the ground. Release the block. Standing up tall. Feel. You'll feel me every time you go to the toilet this week, Shay. Every time you sit down, you'll be like, oh, there she is. Like the next 48 hours. Okay, now you can, again, the chair is your friend here, Shay. I want you to keep using it. It's your favorite prop, but Anastasia and Kelsey, no need for it. Heel toe the left foot back, one leg length. And then right leg is nice and strong and straight. And then turning onto the ball of your foot on the back leg. And yeah, Shay, you can be holding the chair. And let's bend into a lunge. And from the lunge, we'll hold the lunge, and then we're going to rock the hips back, and we're going to sink forward, lifting the front heel. Your blocks will be a really good asset here, actually, Anastasia. So if you've got blocks either side of you, come forward into your lunge, and then back. Taking your hips together at the same time. Really concentrate on both of your hips moving in the same plane. You can take a break and breathe for a few rounds while the leg is extended. Move at your own pace. Do what feels good. And if you'd like to be extra fancy, you can come through a warrior 3 back to standing. Or you could just straighten the legs and hop the back foot back forward. So either like this and forward, or hop, 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 all the way forward. Yeah, nice. Celebrate. Spread your love with the universe. Bring it back to the heart. Let's do the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back, and then coming onto the ball of the foot into a lunge. I see a kitty. Meow. Enjoying your lunge, and then you can take it back and lift the toes on the front foot. Send your right heel back to the ground, and then lift the heel in your lunge. And just savor whichever position feels better for you right now. Is it better to be sinking back and getting into that left leg, or do you enjoy the strength of dropping the right hip and sending the right heel back in the lunge? Feel heat in your legs. Embrace the heat while conserving your energy. We don't want to burn out. We want to stoke the fire And then we need to fuel that fire, right? Anastasia needs a bolognese. I'm prescribing you some food. And same way we got out last time, either taking that foot, slowly kind of bouncing the right foot back to meet your left, or you've got your warrior 3. And then coming up mindfully to standing, reach out and up. Heel toe your feet out a little wide and squat your way down to the floor. Woo, hello block, that was very nicely timed. And come on down to the floor. Now let's send the left foot out in front, right foot out in front, left foot is pressed up on the inner thigh. And I just want you to tick-tock the right foot back and forward. And then flex the foot back towards you. Press the right foot into the ground. Hands can be by your sides. And a gentle twist so that your kind of chest, your mid-back and up go to the left over that left knee. Aiming for everything from the waist down to be grounded and connected to the floor. We're not trying to twist from the hips. We're twisting from the bra strap. So ground down, press the legs down into the ground and just twist from the bra strap up. Looking over that left knee, keep grounding through the right leg. And if you need to lean back slightly, that's totally okay. And back to center. Let's bring the right leg in, left leg out. Same thing, tick-tock the left leg back and forward a few times. And then flexing the foot, back of the leg presses into the ground. Hands by your sides behind you. Lifting up nice and long and tall. And on a breath out, you can twist from the mid back up over that right knee. Back to center, please. Now both legs straight out in front of you. And I don't know how you were doing this like foot thing just before. Were you leading from your foot or were you leading from your hip flexors? Hey, kitty cat. So can you kind of try and isolate where your femur goes up into your hips? And can you tell these muscles to move your feet? So your feet, your ankles, your legs, they're not doing it. They're just completely floppy and passive. Yeah, and you can totally lean back, like Anastasia, good call. So like, feel that difference. I think, have you kind of got it there, Anastasia? Do you feel like your feet are getting out of the way? Cool, good. You feeling that, Shay? Kind of feel like your feet are floppy and your legs are doing the work, or your hip flexors are doing the work? Your feet look like they could be floppier, Miss Ballerina. Let your ankles really be floppy. Yeah, there you go. I trust you now. I can see the flop. Nice. Let's come forward into fire log pose. And if fire log is feeling out of your bandwidth today, then just straighten the bottom leg and do a figure 4 with the top leg. Otherwise, we're stacking the top leg over the bottom. And if that feels like really super uncomfortable, you can also throw a block or a cushion in between. And you know what, Anastasia, I give you permission to lie down at this point. I think you're going to enjoy this, coming down onto your back and doing figure 4 pose on your back. So if you would prefer this, Shay, as well, then go for it. But if you would prefer to be upright in fire log, then let's do that. And if you're on the floor, can you feel for your tailbone dropping down? And if you would prefer to have your foot on the floor, Anastasia, that's totally cool as well. You don't have to kind of force yourself into the stretch. And you can even heel toe that foot out to the right a little bit more, and that can give you an interesting, different version of the stretch. Allow your shoulders to relax, your jaw to relax. Yeah, allow your breath in and out through the nose to be long. Allow your belly to be soft. Let's gently switch sides. Take your time. You can gently move your jaw from side to side, really small micro movements. The gentler and smaller the movements, the easier it is for those muscles around your jaw to relax. And you can imagine yourself smiling like the Mona Lisa as you do it. If you're on the floor, take your time coming out of the pose and rolling to your side and coming up to sit on your bum. From fire log pose, gently release and then sit with your legs in a comfortable legs crossed kind of position. Take your hands out and up. Palms above your head together and then down to your heart. Out and up. Back to your heart. Om. Last time. Savoring this moment. Looking down at your palms, down at your true self, your true nature, your inner child, your amazing, wise self. Right? We're grateful for you. We're grateful for this beautiful body, this beautiful soul. Namaste. So if you'd like to put your legs up before your hubby gets back, I encourage you to get your legs up the wall. You should totally do that. And before you go, hang on, I'm going to stop our recording. Stop our Facebook. Stop